Hello and welcome back to the Gamer's Tale. Tonight we'll be finding out what happens to the party after the sticky situation they got in. But first, what happened last time? They managed to make it into Weepingburg. They encountered, goddamn, I forgot his name, Zulthar. Zulthar had a very interesting chat with him, and Miyamoto is now wondering who the hell she has been assigned to help. After some shopping and trying to intimidate one of the local Hell Knights, the party decided they were going to try to infiltrate one of the military fortifications within the city, the barracks. Yes. Inside the barracks, they after some conversations with the guard, they were led to a room that turned out to be, you guessed it, a jail cell. After that happened, they were locked in, and armed men began to stack the doors. Brock began beating on it, and Frederick began shooting through the door with his Eldritch Blasts, and the druid, wild-shaped into, I believe it was a rat, crawled out through the window, and was making his way up to see if he could get to a higher floor to lend assistance. And without further ado, that is where we're going to pick up. So, this is 3 levels. The first level is obviously where most of everyone is. And second, then third floor, respectively. It's not to scale, but I expect you guys not to be here all that long.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. What the hell?
So this is the cell we're in here.
Yes.
And there are all these peoples, various shapes and sizes, outside.
Yes.
Okay, I completely misunderstood. Or maybe I didn't misunderstand. Because my thought, from when you were describing it last week, was like, it was just this building that they opened the doors, we went in.
No, you were led into a back room.
Okay, I completely misunderstood then.
Yes.
Me too. I was picturing us coming right from a courtyard into the cell.
No, it was, you were led past a reception area, which is this brown thing right here.
Oh, okay.
And then it was led into the back, and this is not fully accurate because this is all not fully to scale. You were led into the middle cell. The blue things are obviously windows, and the brown things are doors of some sort.
And this stuff here?
You mean this stuff?
Yes, that stuff. That's a wall?
That is a wall. And these are stairs.
And these black things are also walls, not
Yes.
bars?
Yes, these are walls.
Okay.
The only thing that would constitute as a bar is there's a slot in the door.
In the door there's bars?
No, there is like a side slot, and then there's bars on this window.
Okay.
Okay.
Ty, you have Dimension Door, right?
Yes, I do. I was going to ask you whether we should do Free Bird or Stomp 'em in the nuts. I'm thinking Free Bird here.
I feel like you've made up an entire code language that only you understand in the time it took for us to get from point A to point B.
This memo.
I mean, I understood him just fine.
I did
Context
too.
clues.
I mean, I did too.
Let's see how we do, and if push comes to shove, we'll get the fuck out. But everyone stay, pick a person, stay next to that person.
Everyone stay close as I'm out the window.
Well, see, this is where you come in, Trev. You go around the fucking back, and you fuck them in the ass.
And as such, there's also a number.
What?
I was gonna say, in this case, Mimora is gonna try and be in front of everyone with her shield
What is
up.
this fuck of which you speak?
Put your foot, turn into something really big, and then shove your tiny arm, and work them like a puppet. Make them talk.
Also, as a reminder, Tread, you saw on the way out that there were numerous large groups of armed men massing around this place and coordinating
Mhm.
with the rest of the camp.
Mhm.
Tread is wild shape, so that means all of his
I,
armor, accoutrement, etc., absorb into his body and inoperable. That's right, isn't it?
and it also means I can't tell you guys the things I see.
You're
Okay.
also one floor up,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is why you're in this wall. That's not an accidental placement by me.
I think it is. All right. So this is. All right.
I have to ask, for the spell's sake, is everybody here considered a willing creature for teleportation?
I'm pretty sure. At
Okay.
least I
Yeah.
am.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure on this, but check the casting time on that just to be sure.
You're very quiet, Tread.
Really? Because he's very loud for me.
Dimension door.
Let's see. Dimension door.
One action. Dimension doors. One action.
Dimension.
500.
Okay, it's Dimension Door. Got it. I thought you
Yeah.
meant like the actual teleport spell.
Oh,
No,
no, fuck
no,
that.
no. We'd be dead. We'd be dead meat.
What's that big skull thing? Oh.
That's for the Belgoro, if I remember correctly. You're planning on releasing that.
Oh, I gotta look up the stats for that.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Who cares? That was incidental. Nothing to see here.
Question: would I be over their cell or over a different cell?
All right, so each of these are kind of sandwiched on top of each other. You would technically be the
Mhm.
equivalent of right here.
Okay.
Oh. All
Hey,
right.
someone has.
Is
good
there no
area of
window
effect
in this
spells,
cell
right?
over here?
There is no window. That's why there's no little blue thing.
What
Yeah,
spell are you looking for?
I was
Brock?
hoping that might have been an oversight.
I was just wondering if anyone has any good area of effect spells. Like,
We
I
come-
have a few, but I need you not to be near me when I do them.
well, that's not going to work indoors.
Yes,
No,
because
it'll work
No,
indoors, just not
Well-
with you beside me.
Yeah.
Because what I'm gonna do
Yeah,
is I'm gonna
that's-
fucking run up and then teleport away and giggle.
Alrighty. Let's see.
this be a better size.
All of this stuff doesn't kill anybody.
What is that?
I'm trying to find something that represents the Belgoro a little bit better than just a giant skull.
I like the giant skull though.
I didn't think
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely the better one.
Also, yeah, just making sure he needs to be a 2x2.
It really makes him stand out.
Yeah, he is. He is a
It's
2x2.
definitive that this is a demon. Which, if you've never seen a Balgura, it's very certain that he's a demon. There's no mistake.
So, Brock, if you consider Shatter a good area of effect spell, that's one I can use, and I can only do it twice a day,
I honestly have no clue.
twice per rest. Shatter is a Constitution save with like a loud noise.
Oh, Shatter is very, very useful. I've used it against players before.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
So I mean that is technically an area of effect spell, but I don't do like Fireball or anything really super awesome if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, I need
Fireball's how you
initiatives.
kill everybody.
You need initiative.
In-
I need
including
initiatives.
us.
Oh,
Because that's just to get you guys in the mindset that you're on a time limit here.
there's something to
Are
do.
we
Yeah.
though? Let's be honest here. Are we? Holy
I'm
shit,
just
killing it.
I'm just up there like, yeah, everyone's escaping. I got all the time in the world. Literally not one. Oh my god.
We are killing it, guys.
Yes, you are.
Literally a nat one, and I'm not even last.
Yep.
That's because you have that staff and that ungodly bonus.
I probably should get rid of that since
I'm
I'm not really using that item anymore.
You keep it. I'd keep it for the bonus till something better comes.
Yeah.
You mean like my Spear of the Woodlands?
Don't you already use that? It doesn't say you
Yeah.
have to use it. You just have to equip.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, good point.
No, I mean like physically hold on to it, right? You don't like hit anybody with it or nothing. Ooh, looks like the barbarian's going first.
Just barely.
Yeah, he like squeaked by.
Yeah, all tight initiative.
Okay.
I mean, it all is pretty tight at the bottom.
It almost
Yeah.
looks like variations of 2s, 3s, and 6s multiples, except for the 23.
No,
Yeah.
it's a multiple of 3. 3 and 6.
23 is a prime, I thought, if
Yeah.
my sucky math knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
23 is a
listen.
prime number.
I never said I was good at math.
The risk I took was calculated. Okay. So, men are massing outside the doors. What are you doing? Top of the round, Brocked.
Is the door open?
No.
It's up to you to kick it off its hinges, my man.
It
I
is
thought last time we ended with it being broken through.
It has large breaks in it, but it is still technically closed. And it's slightly on fire, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
My goodness, I thought you were like opening something and pouring stuff out as you're thinking about what to do, but it's actually Steven.
No, I am debating if I want to put a spell right into my axe right away.
I don't think now is the time to be putting spells in the spell storing axe.
It's like loading the gun after the firefight started.
Well, I have a turn. I mean, I figured I'd get it ready and then run out. I wouldn't run out there and then load my gun.
The fact that your gun isn't loaded at all.
Is the door like unlocked? Like, can we go through it?
It's a prison.
No.
It locked.
Okay,
was
but we
locked
were
behind-
smashing it, so I don't know if it's.
The lock is
in
still technically
enough.
intact, but
Okay.
most of the door does have 2 to 3 large holes burst into it from Eldritch Blast.
Okay, then I guess I'm right up against the door. Can I hit that fellow with firebolt?
So you're gonna stick your hand through the door. All right.
Let's get the door open.
You technically
The door is
could.
open. I'm sorry.
You could reach your hand out and cast Firebolt at that guy.
Would I have to reach my hand through? Can I just like?
Yes, you would
aim it
have to
through the
reach.
door?
You would have to
It
reach your
doesn't-
hand through.
It doesn't like bend. You can't curve
Yeah,
the
I'm not a.
This is
I know, but if I
Unless
could reach
you
my
have-
hand through. If I could reach my hand through, then there's obviously a line of sight through the door at him.
Not really.
So
Let's just
Okay.
get the door open, because then that's a natural funnel.
okay. I thought we'd
It'll
try to
fuck.
keep the door closed, but
I mean,
Okay. Are you hitting the? What are you doing?
I'm hitting the door.
Okay.
No, I'm hitting Steven.
Okay. So you begin beating on the door. You break the wood and the metal, and the door shatters and kind of falls and crumples into the hallway like a broken piece of cracker.
I'm just gonna let out a big belly roar.
Talking is a free action, so sure you can.
Okay. So you roar. Roar.
Battle cry. I mean, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I wonder why.
Maybe
it
in
went
person,
silent.
but I'm not gonna scream into my mic.
Okay.
You could stage scream.
Little.
Oh.
That's not a scream.
Okay.
It's a war cry.
Okay.
Just give it my best metal scream.
No, that's an actual video, but okay. You've broken open the door and you've screamed at the top of your lungs. Everyone's ears are a little bit ringing. All right, Lundgren, what are you doing?
Okay, so now the door is open, right? Can I see anyone?
You can have like someone's around the corner. You can just peek past Miyamura through the door and get like a shadow being cast against the wall.
Okay. Oh, man. So I don't want to go out there just yet.
Oh, thank goodness, because I was expecting you. I run out and I just shoot an Eldritch Blast down each side of the hall. It's like, oh god. Oh god, no.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do to buff us. Let's see.
Who's Buffus and why are you trying to do something to him? My next character has to be a bard at this point. I make too many bad jokes to not be a bard.
I mean, let's put it this way. I pretty much play a bard as a monk. And I don't even have to be a bard.
That's fair.
Drink can attest to this.
I don't.
He won't
really
stop
have
talking ever.
I don't really have anything that's not. It's either combat or out of combat, but I don't have anything mid-grade that'll like hurt somebody that doesn't take forever to cast or that doesn't require a line of sight. Because I don't think slamming all the windows in the place is going to intimidate anyone.
There are no shutters, though.
So, for one of the first turns in my life, I'm going to do nothing.
What?
Okay.
Pass or hold.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to think of something to do, and I'm coming up with nothing.
Okay. Frederick. Are you doing anything?
Is the door open now?
The door is open.
Let me look at my spells real quick. Who's after me?
Miyamura.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm ready in action.
Okay.
I will ready Eldritch Blast at the first enemy who steps through that door.
Thank
Yeah,
you
gotta be careful of it.
for clarifying.
Poor choice of words. Okay. Miyamura.
If you'll let me, I'd like to get in front of Brock.
I think it would be better if we have like a wall personally there, because then we can get 3 attacks on one person. Whereas if you step in front of him, you'll be blocking the doorway.
But they also may not come in. That's the problem.
That's what we gotta see.
Yeah. Them.
They didn't just stack up outside the door for nothing.
Okay, and I think spells the second level higher, you can target additional creature. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and cast Bless for everyone. Yeah, up to 3 creatures. I'll just do it at level 1 so you 3 can have it. And Tread is not within range at all, so sorry, you are not getting
all good.
Bless. Yeah, everyone else.
Too.
Honestly, don't know what
did
the
it
effects
post
of
it?
bless are.
Motherfucker, when I want it to post a spell, it just doesn't.
If I remember correctly, Bless gives you advantage on.
1d4,
Yeah.
right?
I thought this guy was.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
Okay.
and this is up to a minute. So for an entire minute, you can add stuff. Let's see. That was
10
an
rounds?
action. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I'm just gonna do that and then hold up my shield, ready for whatever happens.
Okay. So you're gonna stay there?
Yes.
All right. Tread.
Okay. So am I in the room, outside of the room?
You are on the wall, on the outside.
Floor up.
Can I tell if this door is open?
That door is closed.
Okay.
All doors are as indicated.
But
You know what?
Is there a gap underneath it?
You can see light. Yeah.
'Cause
Okay,
technically,
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm a rat. I'm gonna go through the room and see if I can squeeze under the door.
Okay, so you hop into what is obviously another cell, and you squeeze under it rather easily because rats have collapsible spines. You see
Perfect.
that there is a man in here. He seems to be kind of reacting to the noises going on downstairs a little nervously, and he's watching what appear to be the steps going up for some reason. And he kind of like turns around, looks around, and is like trying to decide which way to face.
So, how big is this room?
This
Oh god.
Like this whole section of the building?
You do need to be able to get back down.
it is, well, it says roughly 15 feet. It's probably more like 20 to 25.
Okay. That wouldn't fit.
then you gotta
Oh
think
wait,
about weight.
20-foot square. That's perfect. Oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm going to bonus action drop wild shape
Okay.
and action cast polymorph to turn into a brontosaurus on the second floor of this building.
Okay. Let's see if I can.
Wait.
Oh jeez. Is that gonna crush us?
There's a chance.
I forgot how to spell the word brontosaur.
Pronto is like pronto.
I'll
with a B.
probably stick as close to this wall as possible because I'm trying
Brontosaurus.
not to squish the people.
Oh, that-
Bronto.
Yeah,
Like,
all I have are premium assets, and I don't have those.
You could try a patasaurus, sauropod, anything like that would work. They are gargantuan.
What,
They
Oh,
take
no.
up a 20-foot square.
what was that weird winged thing you did before?
Quetzalcoatlus?
Yeah.
Q-U... what?
E.T.
Quetz.
This will serve us as a brontosaur.
20 by 20. And I want to position it like so that I'm not going to land on the party. Because I know they're in this room.
Oh, you're gonna kill us.
Oh man.
You could always turn into a cassowary.
He did just say that that the room is bigger than the dimensions on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy
And
screams
it
out in
also
terror.
weighs several tons.
This is also a solid stone building.
Oh, it's stone?
Yes!
The floor?
It is.
Tons.
It still
You
is.
said that so many times.
It is stone.
I heard the walls were stone, but I thought the floor...
This is like
The
a
entire
series of...
building is stone.
It's a series of flagstones deftly put together. Think of it like a giant cement blockhouse. But it starts to kind of give way a little bit.
I'm going to use my stomp attack on the floor.
Okay. Roll for stomp. Roll for curb stomp.
Roll for stompage.
Sorry, I didn't have it ready.
It's okay.
I was not expecting this to go the way of the dinosaur.
Let's be honest here. Was there any other way
Yeah, I expected you guys to teleport out and or leave Portrait to himself to wander around as a rat until he's eaten his stew.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
expecting
dear.
that too.
Ugh.
There are no plans. Okay.
Okay. I have it ready now.
All right.
Pretty sure I hit the floor.
You hit the floor. All right. So from outside, in the hallway, the rest of the
Oh,
party,
+5 to that.
you
It didn't
hear,
add it.
boom, and your foot goes through the roof of this room, roughly about here. Your arm's kind of stuck, and it's just kind of sticking out of there like some sort of Land Before Time rhetoric. And there's just a brontosaurus foot sticking from the ceiling. Everyone reacts to it. There's lots of screaming and shouts of surprise. This poor man right here looks like he's having a heart attack. And yeah.
I technically also have a tail attack.
Your tail's kind of scrunchy in here.
Okay, that's fair. I'll call it there then.
Okay.
Well, I'll try to pull my foot back up, but I'm gonna assume that's a little difficult.
All right, just roll a strength check for me using the Bronto
Sure,
strength.
let's see if it's any stronger than me.
That one.
It is stronger than me. It's got a +5.
It doesn't matter if you roll in that one.
Strength, acrobatics, athletics, any of those?
Just raw strength because you're trying to pull. You're trying to pull
Okay. Just add a 1 to this.
out. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're easily able to pull the your foot out. There's now a very brontosaurus-shaped foothole in the floor and the ceiling.
I'm
your foot's up.
helping.
Is that the distraction we need to get out of here?
You hear from the other. What was that? I don't know. Take care of them. Send someone upstairs. And you hear tum, 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 as you hear loud swearing and muttered gibberish from behind you, and it carries all the way down. And it's, what is it? I don't know. And you kind of hear deal with the ones in there, and arm appears around the doorway and tosses in the small sphere. And if I remember correctly, it's a dexterity saving throw for Bruno's magic bombs. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah?
I need dexterity saving throws. It's like a 16.
Ah, fuck me.
You son of a bitch.
Remember, you can add a D4.
Being the guy, the creator of Bruno, I feel like this is...
Fuck.
You happen to remember the damage for those? It was like 1d8 or 2d6.
Is it it's the small handheld ones?
Yeah.
I think it was a D6
Okay.
for the small ones.
Oh
Wait,
god.
we all need dex saves?
Yes, all of you need dex saves. You're in a small room with an explosive.
Oh, shit.
Remember, add a D4. Add a D4.
Okay, D4, hold on. Plus.
Fuck.
Hey, no, I failed, so I failed.
Okay, so that's 8. Good lord.
Okay.
I'm sending you guys a picture of a brontosaurus compared to a human size in the chat.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Brock, you see as the small sphere is tossed toward you. It's like, this is all they. Oh, God! You all take 5 points of, I believe it's fire damage.
Yes, it is.
Take 2?
What?
So I take 2?
Yes, you take 2.
And Brock is resistant.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's more surprising than anything, because despite the fact that you.
Flashbang.
Something like that. And it is followed by another one
Great.
from the other side.
So we got to do this all over again.
Yes.
Son of a...
Okay.
22.
All right, Stephen, you're somehow dodging these things, or Frederick's dodging these things because he's ready for it. Whatever pact he has given him extra abilities. Brock, you're just more kind of annoyed with this as loud noises suddenly don't really mix very well, and everyone else takes 6 points of damage.
So I take 3.
Yes. Are they dead? You see like a quick peek. Nope.
Oh.
Keep going. All right, back at the top of this round. Brock, what are you doing?
What am I doing? None of them moved forward?
Nope. They literally chucked nope grenades into you.
No, we're not. I'll pick up the door.
The door is literally in
Door's
pieces
blown
in the
off.
in the hallway.
Pieces.
Yes. I
was
believe my
gonna pick
exact
up the thing
words
and
were
just chuck it down the hallway.
I believe my exact words were like a broken cracker.
Yeah.
Interesting choice, but I respect it.
There's a bunch of holes in it and it's all over the place.
I don't think what my options even are. I can't take like a 5-foot step and attack them and take a 5-foot step back.
No.
I mean, he could.
He could, yes.
Theory.
But sure, go ahead.
I could.
You could.
Okay. I'll do then. This guy. Although he's more than 5 feet away, right?
Yeah, it's
He
he's
looks
probably
like 10 feet, probably.
he's close enough to be able to see into the door, but it's probably about 10 feet.
Oh, not Thunderwave, my bad.
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave, you say? A 15-foot cube, hey?
No, he misclicked.
No, I misclicked.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first one
Thank
hits.
God.
The second one does not.
I would get a D4 to that, though, right? The attack roll?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
It does not hit.
we got 19 damage.
Okay. 19 damage.
18.
18. So he takes 18 damage. Okay. So you step out. Pow pow! Step back in. Pow! You see that one really did connect, like just a little bit, like through one of the eye slots on his helmet. The other one just kind of bounces off his shield as he recoils from it. You hear chattering outside as information is passed among the guards. Bosk, Lundgren, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, did I hear that they said keep going?
They shouted it to each other, so I would assume
okay.
yes.
So
Although you could
we're-
be a little deaf right now.
Yeah, okay. So we're in a kill box. I could say this into the earring because you guys aren't transformed. I could just say we're in a kill box. and I
You're
wanna
literally in the
ask-
same room. It's like texting.
Do you want to reconsider trying to fight these guys and just get out of here now?
All this standing around is not working. We need to go. Bronchosaurus.
Okay.
Thank you for your
so-
contribution.
I'm kind of bloodthirsty right now.
Man, that sure is one loud distraction.
We'll have to satisfy. I think Brock will have to satisfy his bloodlust later.
I gotta open that. What?
So okay, so if we need to take, how do I say this? Frederick and I need to each like take one of you, like hold hands or touch shoulders or something like that, so that we can get out of here. So
Poke him in the face.
no, not necessarily. I mean, but as
Just
long as
boop, teleport.
touch range, like would boop them on the nose. I can't even do that. I'm too short.
I will carry you out if I have to. Just do something.
Okay, well, I can teleport us out of here, but I can only take one person, which means Frederick has to take the other one. So whoever wants to go with whomever, let's make that decision.
You have
Let's
6
get it done.
seconds of saying all of this.
All right, so Frederick, you take me and more, and I'll take Brock. We got to get out of here. So if I need to move over here, I think it's touch. I think it's touch range. Let's see. Dimension door. Range.
What?
That was a hiccup.
Okay, I literally thought that was Ty.
You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear. The creature must be within 5 feet of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will, I guess, like try to touch Brock on the shoulder or somewhere that I can reach appropriately.
Just smack him in the butt.
No. What I was gonna say, never mind. If it were me and Mora, I'd probably look like a 5-year-old trying to hold somebody's hand.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe a little bit older than 5, but yeah.
Okay, I'll give you 10. What's like over here? Can I see? Well, I mean, I can't
No.
see it, but okay. So
Oh my
let's go
God.
500 feet straight this way. Just 500 feet.
Straight what way?
Which way are we going? Is this the way? Is this the way?
Up, down,
out?
left, or right?
Up,
Yeah.
down, left, or right?
Left. To my left. Or well, it would be straight ahead.
We have a fucking ruler. Which way you going? Oh my
This
god.
way.
Okay.
I said my left. Good lord.
I'm sorry. Character-wise, your left is this way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so my left, me, straight ahead of where I am facing. Okay, straight ahead of where I'm facing, which would be on my. Oh God. Okay, you got me there.
Oh my god.
just he's going this way.
Let's go this way.
Okay, so 500 feet that way.
God.
You step to the right, and you pretty much put your hands in the small of Brock's back, and you push him forward. This mystical doorway opens, and Brock, all of a sudden, are you willingly going?
I guess.
You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Yeah, exactly.
And you-
displeases Brock.
And you are pushed forward into this magical doorway, and you guys stumble out 500 feet closer to the gateway entrance than you were before, possibly within sight of the gates by about 100 to 200 feet. In the middle of an open of an open area. There are people not necessarily milling about. They seem to be more aware. There definitely is a huge hubbub going more towards the center of this place, away from where you just came from. Okay. Frederick, it is now your turn.
I haven't seen these guys yet or anything like that.
You've seen like their hands and like a head peek in, but quickly shrink back behind cover.
Okay. And I don't know the direction that Bask went, do I?
You don't know if the spell was just where it was, but he did push Brock forward, which would be over. He literally pushed him where the door used to be.
He pushed him through the door, but then another door appeared.
Yeah.
Alright, I will just reach out a hand, grab me a Moros, and
Yep.
boom, dimension door. 500 feet to... yeah, let's go left.
Okay. So you reach out and grab Miyamoto's hand. The area beneath your feet opens up, and you drop through and land 500 feet closer to the entranceway, roughly 10 to 20 feet from from Brock and Lundgren. And you just kind
Hey,
of drop
guys.
down.
All right. How are we gonna get Tread out of here?
Okay. It's not my concern right now. Miyamura, it's your turn.
I don't even know what to do because I don't know. For now, I'm going to hold my turn and follow their lead.
Okay. Tread, it's your turn.
Question: how high are the ceilings?
They're probably a good 10 to 15 feet.
Good. So I'm like crushed against the ceiling as I'm standing on this floor. I want to use all my weight to try to break this floor. Like if I could, like, it's almost like a bench press.
Yeah,
But with like all four limbs on the floor.
I know what you're doing. Okay. I'm down with this.
Yeah.
Roll me a strength check with advantage.
+1.
Okay. This is a very solidly built structure. You begin to push, and you feel both the floor and the ceiling start to kind of give way, and things start to bow, and there's definitely, masonry kind of starts coming loose, and dust begins pushing down as, like, reinforcements of wood and other things start to break. You do, however, don't cause the floor to collapse yet. It's starting to. You might have to do this a bit more.
Okay. That is fine. And that takes an action?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's see if there's anything else I can do. Technically, I have hungry jaws, but I don't think I'm going to eat any rock right now. So I'm good.
Okay. This guy sees what you're doing, and I'm just going to move you over here, scurries towards his comrade, and they begin to make their way down the stairs.
Can I make an opportunity attack?
I would say you're kind of focused on pushing right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Gotta get them gains. You hear shouting down. Actually, through the hole, you hear a hurried conversation about this giant thing trying to cause everything to collapse. You hear someone toss a few. You hear two more explosions. Then you hear what? They're gone. And you hear more running and get out of here, and scurrying of feet. Clad in mail, and lots of armor moving around. Make me a wisdom roll. Just
straight wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you gather that your comrades may not be in the cell anymore. In fact, just from the way the people below are acting, they probably are not.
Awesome.
Okay. Brock, you're standing in a rather open area. You've seen it before, but this time you're no longer in harm's way. Damn it. And Yeah. What are you doing?
So I'm just standing over here.
No, you are you are no longer on this map. You are somewhere with. Oh, right. Since we can do a lot of theater of the mind stuff, there's Weepingburg. There you go. Switching over to that. You are somewhere here.
Okay, but there were a bunch of people milling about in that square, weren't there? Or courtyard.
Not as many people. It seems like there's a lot. You feel just from the presence that there's a lot more people over here, with this building actually being the one that you were led into. But yes, there is a number of people.
Okay, where's the gate?
The gate that you came in here is right over here, about 100 to 200 feet away from you.
You want to go secure the gatehouse? What? Whatever your name is.
Who?
Ty's character, Lincoln.
Bask.
Yeah, Bask.
Yeah. What's up?
You want to go secure the gatehouse?
Ouch. Do you want to go secure the gatehouse? I think we should prioritize getting out of here.
Well, that's
much as I
why we
hate to
would
say it.
secure the gatehouse.
As you
Right.
were coming in, you notice that for the defenses here, it seems like most of the gates are they are opened by manpower and held closed in time of need by giant crossbars. There's no gatehouse.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we've got friends that are going to be following us. I think we should secure that area, if there are guards.
Okay, so you want to move toward the
And
guard.
probably wait for them to rendezvous with us.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But if
Are
we're
you-
waiting for tread? So yeah.
Yeah.
Fast forward 3 months. Most of the city has fallen to an army of rats, sir. I don't know where they keep coming. Okay. So
Rats in a random swarm of dinosaurs.
some say there's a giant elk with a lizard man riding on its back in the middle of them.
Others say it's a panther.
Others say it's both.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Barnaby is looking at me like I'm crazy.
Oh. Okay, so Brock, you're moving toward the gatehouse.
Yes.
All right. Are you charging? Are you running up to
No.
it? Or are you just kind of
Nope.
max
We both have
movement?
a movement speed of 30, so we'll put 30.
Okay. So you start going toward the gatehouse. The gate. All right, Lundgren. Brock has now started going off toward the gate. What are you doing?
I'll follow him with half a mind to tell him to knock it off if we get into trouble.
The gate? Okay. So you take off after him. Frederick.
We're roughly in the same place.
Yeah, you're about 10 feet apart.
All right, so we see them.
Yeah, very clearly.
I look behind me. What do I see?
You see a lot of people mostly facing the other direction. Other ones seem to be keeping an eye out, and a lot of buildings.
Roughly how far would they be away from me?
They would be anywhere between 50 to 100 feet.
Good. I will summon the Balgrog. 60 feet. Behind me.
Okay. All right.
And then just look at me more. Let's go.
Okay, so you summon
We'll
the.
talk about this later.
You're gonna have the talk later. This Balgora summons 60 feet away, and you hear as it's summoned from its hellish life in wherever it's from, and you start booking it 30 feet after the rest of the people. Miyamura, what are you doing?
First of all, contemplating my life. But second, I'm also running in that direction, but I do want to be a little bit behind Frederick,
So
just in case.
25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like it kind of looks like a parent going after a child on a learning to ride a bike, with Miyamura going after Frederick. Tread, you hear a distant, loud, blood-curdling roar, and it's also your turn. What are you doing?
Okay. So I know my friends are out, and I know that they know that I'm trying to bring down the roof.
Yes.
I'm going to drop polymorph and use another wild shape. Are those on the other screen? Were those windows on the left side of the building?
Those are also barred windows, yes.
Barred windows. Okay. I want to turn into a small bird that can fit through those windows.
Okay, something like a sparrow or a starling, yes?
Ooh! Flying snake.
Okay.
That's a thing.
That's not a bird. Is that a bird?
It's a thing,
I don't
though.
care. It's a thing. It's
Okay.
something on my list of things I can wild shape into, and it has a fly speed of 60.
Awesome.
Okay.
So this huge crater in the floor, suddenly there's a little tiny flying snake in it, and I just fly out the window.
Okay, so and I'm guessing you're using your max movement, or are you doubling your movement? Wait, no.
I will double my movement.
Okay. No, wait, you use an action to wild shape, that's right.
That's a bonus action
Oh, that's a bonus action. That's right.
for moon druids.
Druids.
Moon druid, the funnest of the druids.
The moonest of the druids.
Definitely.
So
They really love to make an ass of themselves.
There's more ways than one involved.
I got that. Funny. Okay. So above the heads of all these people who are crowding around the door, you see this little winged snake just zip out of the window and start flying out.
I have no idea where they are. I'm just flying out to get away from the people.
Okay, so you're kind of in an open area above a really large group, and you see there's a rather important looking man, long flowing hair, among them. He looks like he's bossing people around, and he is very ornate, almost a purplish hue armor without any insignia on it at all.
Fantastic.
Okay. Brocked. It's your turn.
Can I see the gatehouse?
You can see the gate area, yes.
Okay, are there any posted guards?
You see make a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay, you see 3 to 4 crumpled guard bodies by the gates, and a few more kind of scattered behind boxes and other things. And also one hangs barely off of the catwalk that goes above where the gate is and around the entire perimeter of this barracks fortification.
They're dead.
They don't seem to be moving, and they're definitely, some of them are sprawled in such a way that is not a natural position.
Is the gate
The
open?
hell?
The gate is open.
I suggest we run.
I mean, if I look behind us, can I see? Oh man, what's his name?
Frederick?
Miyamura and Frederick.
Yes, they're like level with you. And it's very obvious that they are there because Miyamura.
Yeah.
For more reasons than one.
What?
Your armor and your
I think I might
size.
just wait. Are they moving towards us?
Clang, clang, clang.
They're
clang.
they're pretty much level with you.
Okay.
They're right there with us.
Yeah.
In a line. In a line.
Myanmar is about 5 feet behind, but yeah, they're kind of level with you guys. Okay. What do you-
I don't know what to do. Somebody saw somebody in purple armor.
That was Tread. You didn't see that.
We
okay.
don't know that. Our characters don't know that.
I guess I'd probably keep moving towards the gate.
Okay. 30 feet brings you closer to the gate. And up close, you can see very clearly these people are dead. Lundgren, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna go toward the way that we were led in here to get out.
Okay, you
If
follow.
that's,
You
if
follow
that's
Brock.
straight ahead, fine.
Okay, Frederick, it's your turn.
Yeah, escape is the best idea.
Mm.
Keep going that way.
All right. I'm going to drop us just out of initiative just because that's going to be a hell of a lot easier. So I'm guessing all 4 of you are continuing to move toward the gate.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Trid, what are you doing?
I'm going to be flying pretty high up so that I'm really hard to see because the flying snake is a tiny beast.
Oh.
So I'm flying high and looking for my friends.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Can I have advantage because Miyamora's armor?
Yes. All right.
Nice new shiny armor that you can see from space, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. With advantage, you are able to see with your keen, snaky eyes, a group of very familiar-looking individuals moving toward the western gate that you were led into, and then there's also a very large demonic creature that you've seen Frederick summon before, tearing its way towards where you guys used to be, and just a bunch
Fantastic.
of other people going around mobilizing, and the purple armored individual is marshaling them a lot better and like telling some to go check out the building. It looks like he's telling some to check out the building and ushering people more towards the ruckus that is the Balgora.
I'm going to fly towards the group.
Okay. All out.
And would I be able to get to them pretty quickly?
If you using double movement, 120. You probably be able to. They're moving at 30, so you probably be able to get there in half a minute.
Okay, I will do so.
Okay.
I'll let other people figure out what they want to do while I'm trying to catch up.
Okay. Memoria, Frederick, Bask, and Brock. What are you guys doing?
Running.
Yeah, are
Okay.
we out the door yet?
No, you have made it to the gates, and you see the bodies of the guards kind of strewn around them.
So
At
Are
first
there
glance,
any
do any of them have
distinguishing
any
marks?
nice stuff?
They seem to have very standard equipment, similar to the stuff that you got from the guys out in the fields.
In any obvious way they died?
One of the ones that has is facing up there is a dart out of each of his eye sockets.
A dart.
Damn.
A dart.
Yes. One looks like he has like a pretty hefty dagger stuck in him, somewhere around the heart area. A few other have like strange throwing knives as well.
Strange how?
Strange in that daggers are generally thrown, but these are like small, designed for throwing knives. Some
Okay.
are spade shaped, some are just like spikes with edges.
Can I take one out of one of the bodies?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Can I take a lot of them out of the bodies?
Do you want to just spend time and just start picking all of them out?
No. I'm just gonna go and like peer outside and see if there's commotion outside the gate.
There does not seem to be any commotion outside of the gate, and you see several more bodies of guards just slumped there. Now, each of these bodies seems to be a bit interesting. Is that there's not like a bunch of them as you would expect from something as low damage as a dagger would be, but they're all very carefully placed to kill them.
So somebody's an expert at killing. Evidently.
And it's not us.
Yeah, darn it.
Okay. By this
Just
time,
be careful of poison.
Yeah, I'm not touching the blade or anything.
just start licking everything.
No, I already.
Yeah.
You don't know this, but I chemically burned a print off of one of my fingers, so I know plenty about poison.
You also poisoned yourself.
I did poison myself one time,
Oh my
so I know more
God.
about poison than a lot of people will ever know.
Let's be real though. If anyone was gonna start licking things, it'd be Tread.
It's true.
This is true.
Well, he can cast to purge himself with the poison, though.
At this about
Assuming
time,
I prepared the spell.
true. About this time, as you're kind of looking over the bodies, taking a little bit of caution, small winged snake flaps up from behind you.
Oh. Oh, hi there, little fella.
I'm going to wrap around someone's arm.
As you kind of reach out to like pet the thing, because I feel like that's what Lungu would do, it just wraps around his arm. It's like, oh no, no.
You just
Gently, gently. No, just gently.
Oh, okay. Hi. What are you doing here?
Just this little tongue just like flicks out. It's like this cute little smile.
Not you cute. Okay, I should probably get you out of here. What do you say?
The head just turns slightly to the side, like, "Oh, you're cute."
Then you
Like
see,
a questioning hiss.
and then you see the eyes go two different directions, and it's like, oh, this is Tread.
Oh, okay. It must be a new thing. Sorry. It's an interesting form, I will say that much. If we can just forget that first bit ever happened, maybe.
And then I'm gonna unwrap myself from around his arm, fly next to them, and shapeshift back.
Okay. You are now in
I
your.
saw the commander.
What does he look like? What do they look like?
Big purple armor.
Purple armor. Okay. Any other markings other than it was purple?
It was just that they were large and purple.
Okay. large and
Yeah.
Purple.
They weren't necessarily large. It was ornately done, but there wasn't like. It's kind of like the difference between someone did some really nice metalwork compared to someone put a bunch of gold on that metalwork.
So like filigree and carving and
Yeah,
like
it's just
Fancy armor.
fancy, very purple, very dark looking armor, but no visible insignia.
okay.
Fancy armor with no stuff on it.
Okay, so like it looked plain, it wasn't carved or anything like that.
You hear the commotion within the camp grow louder.
Okay, we should probably get the rest of the way out of here.
Is the gate? I think you said the gate was open.
The gate is open.
Yeah.
It even seems to
Okay.
be propped open with dead bodies.
Propped open with dead bodies, you say?
That's not ominous at all.
But
Like, no, we cannot worry about that.
I know, but it seems a little strange, wouldn't you say?
It is. It is. Actually, are any of these guards dying, like bleeding out?
They are very summarily dead.
Oh, okay.
Speak with
Long
them.
dead or just like recent dead?
They do seem. They probably died within the last hour. Like after you guys left, and as things started to go very badly for you, they probably died sometime around then.
They're relatively fresh.
Okay. So
I would still be willing to eat them, I'll put it that way.
Yes, we know. Okay, so basically that means whoever killed them might still be here. I suggest we just get out of here, but just be careful.
I will gladly keep a lookout.
All right.
Okay.
I am indeed going to keep a lookout by doing a perception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say those who are keeping a lookout, please give me a perception check.
I would also like to perception.
Okay. Mimura, you kind of don't see anything. The street's kind of empty. Like people avoid this area for a number of reasons. Tread, you notice that despite this place being empty and full of rats and other things, there appears to be a man kind of watching from amongst some stuff down the street.
Someone is watching from over there, pointing to it.
You see intricately wrapped head wraps, a jacket, what appears to be leather straps crossing into an X in front of his chest.
It's the same guy from.
And
Isn't
as you turn toward him, he just kind of takes a step back into the alleyway he's looking from.
Should we pursue?
It might be a good idea to do that later, but I might know who it is regardless.
Is it the same man that we saw at the plinth?
Well, you didn't see this. You see something from your perception. It's kind of like seeing a shadow, but with a higher perception roll.
I thought Tread pointed to him.
Tread pointed to him,
Yeah.
but Tread gets to see the detail.
Oh, okay.
As
Okay,
much
so when
detail.
he did- when
Like
he did
like
that
as
thing-
he makes that motion, you see, and you just see kind of a motion as somebody steps back.
Okay, Tread. From what you saw, how tall was he?
I mean, he was soft skin sized.
Okay, man size or dwarf size?
I'm assuming man size.
Yeah, he's about 6 foot.
Okay,
Larger soft skin size.
okay, that's helpful.
He's got the good dark meat.
Is it?
Yes, it is, because then I definitely know who it was. Not.
Let's go check that alley.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go.
It's
Okay,
be a good place to hide anyway.
let's split up, gang.
No. Even if I hadn't watched Scooby Doo, I still know that that's usually a bad idea.
So you guys make your way over to down the street, yeah?
Mia Moira again is going to insist being in front. I don't know if they'll let her though.
Do you?
I mean, since it's getting to be a habit, I don't really have any objection unless something happens where she
If
gets
we're
shot
slowing
or
down,
something.
then go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah,
But I do feel like we're running right now,
yeah.
so it might be hard to pull ahead of everybody.
Yeah, we're just booking it.
Okay, so you guys run toward the alley. Thud, 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 clang, 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 clang. Scrape, 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 scrape. Because I don't think Tread wears shoes, right?
No.
All right, so the scrape is his claws on the flagstones.
Okay, cool.
You make it to it's probably about a 10-foot wide alley. This is kind of not necessarily trash strewn. There's like boxes in there, like somebody keeps this as an impromptu storage. And there's like a small stall next to it. Down the alley, it's rather dark, but you can clearly see the other street, as it is getting later in the day. But it's like you can see a bright street on the other side, and then there's just this kind of amorphous shadow in between.
Guys
Real
wanna-
quick, I'm going to use Eyes of the Grave.
There is no undead down this alley.
Okay.
Any other true sight?
You can see through it. It seems to be a pretty empty-looking alley.
Okay, seems safe.
All right, let's go.
Okay, you start making your way down the alley. It kind of narrows So you can only go one by one because of the boxes that are stacked on either side. And it kind of makes a small like zigzag pattern. Um,
I'm being very cautious,
okay.
keeping an eye out again.
You're easily taller than this stacks of boxes, and just kind of carefully peer over each one, and you make your way down and kind of do that little cat thing where they pop out and they look around real quick, and there's nothing there, and then you keep moving, and you get to the other end of the alley without any trouble.
Okay, good.
Do I see any sign of the person I saw duck into here?
You don't, but Miyamura hears some scraping above, and you see a booted foot just slip over the top onto one of the buildings above you.
She just points up. I think he went that way.
Tread, you also
I
notice
climb.
this.
I climb.
fuck, I don't have spells.
You start you find easily the cracks in the stonework, and your claws pull you up deftly, and you start hearing thud 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 on the top of the roof. And then off kilter, they do have slanted roofs here, and as you pull over, you see a man with about calf-high boots, adventuring pants, and the same general back as you saw when you were at the plinth thing, running across the top of this this roof, away from you.
Use the rope.
What rope?
The rope.
The
Our
self-tying rope.
magic rope. To get the magic rope out.
I pull out a magic rope, apparently.
Yeah, we have a
Climbing.
we have a rope of climbing, and it can tie it independently as long as you give it commands. Or not independently, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
It listens to directions.
You pull out the rope of climbing.
We've never once used it for climbing. Tying people up.
You should have used it for activating levers.
Okay, you pull out the rope. What do you do?
Toss it at him. I don't know.
Okay, so do you toss all the rope at him, or just like an edge?
I'm holding on to one end of it.
Okay. Dexterity check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dexterity, since you're tossing something. Okay. You manage to get so that it hits him, or gets ready to hit him, but he swirls around like bats it away in one smooth motion and continues on with running. Did you issue
We
any?
want to talk.
He continues to run, jumps to the next roof, and keeps going.
Okay, bye then.
Can I see the general direction where he went, just so I know which way he's going?
The foot that you
Or
saw.
Yeah.
Hang on.
So which way was he going? Sorry.
Which way did he go?
That way. Okay.
Am I the only one that climbed the roof?
Yes.
You're the only one that really can?
I'm gonna come back to the party like he got away. I tried to tell him we wanted to talk, and I also tried to throw a rope at him, but it didn't work.
You still see
Maybe
the
he
rope
did.
hanging off the side of the thing, and as he clutches one hand, it's still stuck most of the way up there, though.
Can I give the rope commands even if I'm not holding onto it?
I think you have to be holding it.
Darn it. Can I hold it with Tread and just command it to coil around him gently?
Whom?
Well, like, so that the rest of it will come to where he's holding all of it instead of half of it?
Oh, yeah. You can do that.
Okay.
No.
Tread, which direction did he go?
I point.
Okay. How long has it been since he started running? Couple seconds?
It's probably getting into about 10, 20 seconds now as you stand here talking about it.
What are
So
seconds?
I could cast.
The things after
Frederick and
firsts.
Frederick and I could cast the door again. Yeah.
I don't know why that
Does
tickled
not
me.
have any spells.
Well, crap. I do.
I summoned a demon.
I forgot about that. I have one spell left for the day, so I could
No.
possibly get in front of the guy, but I got nothing, and I don't want to meet him by myself and split the party because that would be dumb.
How about this? Can we?
Can you?
Cut out. Right
Can we track him?
You can try.
Okay, survival.
Yeah.
I am very good at this. I am very good at tracking.
Oh, can you imagine a druid that thinks he's actually a ranger? Okay.
I didn't even have to use my fucking ace in the hole.
Okay. So, Frederick, you've been on hunts before as part of gentlemanry, and you also, hunted people before with Saronicus and several other things like that. You managed to get up on top of this roof, and you make your way over the series of roofs, and you can see like a broken tile here, maybe a missing shingle, and like boot prints, and you manage to track him for about 20 houses that's starting to get into the shantytown area of of this northwestern part of Weepingburg. And the trail begins to go cold the closer you get into it. You end up somewhere more around here. That's the wrong one. Here.
Okay. No more tracking.
This trail starts to go surprisingly cold, surprisingly quickly here.
Okay.
Can I cast? Oh crap! Hold on.
I don't think you can do that.
What?
Casting crap.
Uh.
I thought that was a
Can I
cantrip.
cast detect magic
You can.
as a ritual?
Yes.
No, dude, that's gonna take like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And there are still people around.
Okay.
The farther away you get from the barracks, the more life there is, and the more people going about their business.
Okay.
How about we just ask one of them?
All right.
Okay.
In the description.
Yeah.
Okay. There are a number of people around. Older gentlemen, kind of old crooked man kind of thing. Like you expect him to just sitting in a rocking chair perpetually. There's one in every city. Some kids, a couple of women doing the wash. Whom do you ask?
Ask the old man.
Eh?
Did you see a guy run by here?
Eh?
Not gonna yell at the old man. Not gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, this man run by here. Why?
Where did he go?
Went over that way. He just kind of thumbs like what would be over again in this direction. But he's not very like specific.
Could you be more specific?
Eh? Yeah. What's it worth to you?
Your life.
My wife? I ain't married.
I will summon the great sword.
Oh dear God.
I'm going to
Slam it
grab.
on the ground.
Hold on, no, I'm going to grab Frederick's hand. This is
Which
not.
hand?
This is not how you ask people.
That's a nice sword. That's a nice trick. Where'd you learn it?
Frederick. We do not
What is
threaten
it
the
worth?
lives of
To
people.
you.
What's it worth to me? What you got? You see, he's got a thin beaded necklace around his neck that just kind of peeks out from underneath his very greasy shirt.
What's on it?
3 patterns of beads.
Do I recognize the patterns?
Mia Moira is going to take out that.
Obviously cursed
Necklace.
item. Yes.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that? Tall one? You see, he's squinting super hard. Like, he's probably very nearsighted anyway.
I will tell you that if you tell us where he went.
I told you he went that way. And he points more specifically in a general set of houses. Turn around that corner last I saw him.
And what did he look like?
Well, he was moving kind of fast. His face was kind of wrapped up. Nice jacket. Pretty good footwear, too. Kind of wish I had boots like that when I was a young man. He starts rubbing his chin and thinking. He starts obviously going back into a memory. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Around the corner.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So where did you find the necklace?
It was how far away was the thing from here?
The lectern?
Like yeah.
Couple of hours.
Like 3, maybe a day or 2 journey? Maybe more?
And in which direction? North, south, east, west?
Southwest.
It is at the lectern.
Oh,
But
the
it
lectern!
is-
That's an interesting place.
It is a day's travel southwest of here.
Yeah, I know where the lectern is, yeah. There's only one of them.
In the world?
Uh,
I guess that.
I mean, it's part of the official place of Gantevos. Set up a couple 100 years ago.
The what?
It's like the calling card of Gantevos, the nation that you're currently in.
I know, I just couldn't quite understand you because the
Because of the list?
yes.
It's pretty, it was set up a couple 100 years ago. Everyone knows that. Education these days.
I'm terribly sorry. As you can see, I'm very much new here. I'm not from here. But thank you.
Really? I
So
couldn't
much.
tell. And he legitimately kind of squints far closer to you. Yeah.
Thank you for your information. sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Come back anytime.
We might. And Miyamura looks to everyone else. Shall we go?
Yeah, I mean, we'll try to follow the guy if we can catch up to him.
Okay. I'm assuming you guys go to where the old man indicated.
Yep.
Okay. It looks like any other side street. We passed a bunch of these, and as you go down them, there's doors and windows all over the place. Obviously, there's no building code in this part of the town, as everything's a lot more squished and more ad hoc. And you notice that there's even like a different level of quality, like the farther you get closer to the external walls. Like you might have a pretty decent looking shack, and then they look like something that someone might have just hastily tied together with some wood. The farther you get. But as far as you can see, there's more people. There's more kind of people minding their business. People are more guarded here. Like they don't look at you very directly.
So this is kind of like a the slum, sort of.
Yep, it is literally the slums.
Okay.
And it starts getting more like London down there, and that it everywhere has roads branching off of it, and there's like 16 different intersections. They're more winding paths than straight roads, as you were kind of used to in the rest of the city.
I might have to ask someone again.
Because if he's with all these side streets going every which way, he's probably gone for good.
For now.
Maybe.
Do we see any signs of him?
You really, it's really kind of dirty around here. Like no one's swept in a while, but even then,
Footprints?
there is a bunch of footprints. But there are some very rigid shoes, again, heading more towards the southwest.
Well, let's head southwest. I have a feeling about that.
Okay. You follow the very rigid soles that really no one around here. So it looks like they wear shoes or anything of the sort. Maybe some soft shoes, but definitely not these rigid boots. It's actually quite easy to follow. And then it gets to a cleaner part of the city, and it starts to become much harder to follow. You come out right around here on the main thoroughfare. Couple hundred feet to the gate that you guys entered.
I think he's fleeing the city.
Do you want to go after him?
I mean, we can't stay here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right then. Let's leave.
Okay.
I mean, at least for now, we don't know what to do, and they know us here now. So
If we ever need to come back, I can come back myself.
No, if
No,
we
I
come
can
back, we're coming
look
back
very
for
different.
blood.
yeah.
If it is
Yeah.
not for blood, if it is for scouting, perhaps, I can look very different. But
That's
for
something to keep in
now,
mind.
I can also
Exactly.
look very different.
exactly.
Tread, you can look a lot like a lot of things.
I know.
So there we go. We can keep that in mind for later. But for now, I agree. We do need to leave.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys are gonna try to leave the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Well, we're gonna
casually.
leave the city.
Well,
Just
there's no try about it. Yeah. Do or do
Depends on-
not.
depends on how hard they try to stop us.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So you guys start going through the gate, and some rather ragged-looking traders kind of wave you down as you're going out. They're like waiting to be processed into the city.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where you planning on going?
Somewhere.
We're not sure yet.
Actually.
I wouldn't recommend traveling the roads right now.
Why not?
Why?
Yeah, people have been getting attacked. Whole caravan's wiped out.
By what?
No one knows. Hear skittering. Some say they hear skittering as we go around the main thoroughfare. Some say they come across desiccated bodies, heads removed, pikes. Horrible
Which
stuff.
direction?
West? Toward
Thank
most
you.
of the rest of the cities. Most of the caravans got turned back.
I think we found our direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, I warned you. And he just kind of slaps the reins in the butt of his horse, and start pulling the cart forward.
Appreciate it, friend.
It's like these fucking idiots.
Yeah. Well.
Fucking yokos.
What was that?
Animals.
No, not animals.
Okay, if you could
Oh my
tell me
God.
later.
I said fucking yokels.
Exactly. That's exactly what I
okay.
thought you said.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
So, are you guys going out? Thank you
Yeah.
for-
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is this the right one? This
Yeah.
is good.
World map.
Oh,
Yes.
nah.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, the green is that weird ass forest. The brown is the lectern thing, and the dark red is the lectern thing. And the brown is that place that you tried to burn down.
Yep.
All right. So you guys make it out of Weepingburg. The kind of rolling hills setup is broken up by small bits of trees, and you're following a road that leads generally in. This is not where I want it. No, this direction. It kind of follows this. It kind of follows the central line that Weepingburg is on. If I could, actually indicate it,
It's northwest.
it's
West,
northwest.
northwest.
It's this way, and it kind of goes up this direction. It kind of branches off a couple of places. Looking at this map gives me like a civilization vibe for some reason.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Sure.
I mean, you built it, so.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just thinking of sending little merchants and road builders to connect all this stuff so I can lay down railways.
It's the squares.
Yeah. No, it's actually the little buildings.
Yeah, the maps on Civilization are hexagonal.
Oh,
Okay.
in a long time.
I believe you mean hexagonal.
Hexagonal, who gives a shit?
Apparently Brock.
Yeah.
Of everything that I have said in this entire campaign, we've been playing for almost a year. That's the one thing you've chosen to correct me on.
We all have our little things. Okay, so
Oh boy.
is there anything you guys like to do before the falling of night, or would you prefer to, just?
I'd like to take a short rest to get my slots back.
We're about to sleep.
If we're about to sleep, then okay.
I was thinking actually if Tread wouldn't mind sending
Oh,
out
no.
his bird scouts or bat scouts to scout ahead for a couple hours.
I could do that.
You
I'm
s-
going to
Maybe.
cast.
Maybe we can get a hit on our friend or at least see what's coming.
Yep.
Since I haven't used any of my really good spells, I'm going to cast Conjure Animals at 5th level.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm summoning 16 bats.
More you see is Tread just kind of claps his hands together, and all of a sudden, like out of his sleeves come all these bats.
I'll be honest, I actually imagined of him like opening his mouth and these little like bats flying out because he ate the ones from earlier. He's just storing
That
them.
was like days ago.
He's just storing them.
Oh yeah,
They weren't. They weren't actually magical. They were just. I ate them for storage.
oh my goodness, no, this is official. You see them start coming out of his sleeves and his mouth. As
I say no one here knows how many
Do I-
stomachs Tread has.
Do I now have 16 familiars for bats? Or 16 bat familiars?
they look
Not a swarm
they look
keeper.
familiar.
Oh my god. And I'm going to tell them, scout the area, report back in
Yeah.
under an hour.
Okay. So they go about 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back. Enough to give you like 5 minutes to question them. Are you guys walking or are you like staying in one place?
I'd walk.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get further from the city.
Let's walk. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm pretty sure I've broken at least 7 laws in that city. I think the big one's summoning a demon.
Yeah.
What
which
is a law?
which we need to talk about.
What's there to talk about?
What
Why?
is a law for starters?
I was gonna say, you remember how she reacted to Ulthar? It's now based on your new abilities, how she's reacting to you.
Well, yeah, I get that. But I mean, I think the situation warranted it.
No, it did not.
How did it not?
We were out.
And when I summoned, we were still in
There was
compound?
no situation where you should summon that or anything like it.
We'll see. You might change your mind in a few days.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You might change your mind in a few days. Next time we run into something big, hey, we got a demon.
Next time you run into something big, and she does air quotes, we have all of us. We have a team.
Well, there's 5 of us. There was like 60 of them.
more than that.
I can summon 16 animals.
Even then, the odds are still not good.
Can you summon something else?
Besides that
Besides
one or demons?
demons.
No. I could summon a different one, but not.
It's still gonna be a demon of some manner.
Yeah,
It
I mean, it
appears.
could be a lesser demon. Would that be better?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll table this for. We need to explain what laws are to tread. I feel like that's a bigger issue than me summoning
No,
a
it is
demon.
not.
He doesn't know what laws are. That's horrible.
I am alright with that.
I don't understand. Why is it horrible?
I do
You're
not
okay
know
with
the
him?
laws of this land.
I don't think summoning demons are probably against it. You know, thinking about what we know about them, I don't think it's against the law. I mean, I don't think you should do it. And I'm not
It's
saying
against the laws of nature.
No, they exist.
I can.
They
get-
exist normally, so it's not against the laws of nature. Against the laws of nature is undead. They were dead, they came back. That's against the laws of nature.
My position among my people, it's called the Lorax. I can speak for nature. Demons are definitely not a normal thing in nature.
Well, excuse you. And you see Zulthar in native Carb, like kind of just be there. I'm sorry if my existence offends you, lizard man.
Completely unfazed. I didn't say it offends me. I'm saying it's not normal.
That's normal
I mean,
where
are
I
you
come
talking
from.
about? Well, are we talking for this plane? Well, no.
The
but
natural
we're
order.
not-
The natural order of this plane is not demon related.
I will agree to that statement.
I would disagree with that statement.
Well, you don't have a say in this.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
I don't care.
Now pick up that piece of paper, or I'll break your knees.
I can't make.
I don't
Are
think
you
that's how
making
this
me an
works.
offer?
I have to do it.
No, I totally approve. Zulthar kind of puts his thumbs in his belt and says, "So, I see you're making an impression as usual, Frederick."
You know, I try really not to. I try to do good stuff.
You do?
I try to do what's best for the moment.
You see, even Zulthar just kind of like raises his eyebrows and looks away at that one, like, "Oh."
Well, what's best for the moment? You know, summoning demons seemed appropriate. I have been informed it was not.
Mm.
How are
I
you
think
just
we have
now being informed it's not appropriate?
I was a massive dinosaur.
For the
I
record,
feel
I
like
have
that was a pretty
zero
good
problem with the
distraction.
demon, Frederick.
Say again.
For the record, I have zero problems with the demon.
2-on-2.
I take some problems with demons because they are very chaotic.
Who asked you?
I thought we were having an open discussion here. I'm sorry.
Well, for the party, yes.
I
You
appreciate
want-
your input, to be fair.
Thank you.
He's a devil. Why are you taking his
I said-
side?
I said I appreciate his input. That doesn't mean it's important.
See, he gets to the matter of hierarchy. All right.
If it's a tiebreaker, I would listen to him.
I didn't know we were voting on anything.
We're not.
Neither did
Good
I.
words.
I'm just saying it in a what's the word?
Hypothetical?
Hypothermia example.
Mia, I'll make
He
you
meant
this deal.
hypothetical.
I won't summon a demon again unless it's really, really, really big.
The demon?
No, the issue. Like, if I don't do this, we will all die for sure. Is that fair to you? Can you give me that compromise? I'm reaching out halfway. I won't just summon it whenever, like Tread does with animals, which also I don't think is right either. I don't think those are actually animals.
They're nature spirits.
That's even worse.
No, it is not.
They belong here.
Nature spirits are part of this world.
Trent, how much does Frederick know about the fucking Feywild, about the planes?
Make me an Arcana check.
Fuck.
To be fair, I've never summoned an actual Fae.
Dark one's on luck. I get to add a 1d10.
Okay.
Because 11's not gonna.
I would say you know
about
they
12?
exist, but it's kind of like you know about like part of France exists, but not necessarily like the nitty gritty of it.
I don't have anything for this argument. All I'm saying is I don't think spirits of any kind are natural.
Then how do you explain yourself?
I'm not a spirit. I'm here. I have a tangible body.
Yes, but you are
But-
run by a spirit.
And I,
You have a spirit in there tapping the armor with his claw. Ting ting.
well, in the armor, there's a body. I don't know if there's actually. We don't know if there's a spirit in here or not. Who has seen my spirit?
In that body is the spirit.
But have any of you seen it?
I mean, I could probably do
Is
that.
this really the right time for a theological debate?
I was.
Listen, it was brought up. It was brought up.
I'm
I
just
have
gonna-
seen spirits before. So yes.
And that is exactly what I use. Animal spirits.
I'm just gonna assume you
Usually
guys are
the
kind of
ones
walking
I've
doing
eaten.
this.
Yes.
Yeah, we were walking.
There was that
he,
one
he
time.
summons spirits from wherever and just eats them.
That is rather
I
amusing.
summon the spirits of things I've eaten.
There was
That's
this.
even worse. You're a necromancer.
Yes,
You're okay with necromancy?
I am. Tread gets serious for a second. I am not a necromancer.
I was going to have some concerns because that sounded really bad, even for me.
There was that one time that we were in underneath. What the hell was the name of that place?
I don't know.
Necromancy is unnatural. What I do is natural.
Senless or no Sula. No Senless. I can't remember. Damn it.
Are you talking about the place where you guys were followed by ghosts?
Yes.
Sula.
But Bruno didn't tell me jack crap about it. So it was Sula.
Yeah.
Okay, when we were in Sula, we were underground and with a guy who's halfway across the world. He's not here anymore because he didn't want to make the journey, which is fine.
Make it to the point, please.
There was something down there with us that he claimed he could see that I could not. and he asked me to do a bunch of weird things because either he wanted to be
I don't need
weird
to know any of this.
or what the hell the deal was. So I don't know if they were spirits or some kind of things down there. So I mean, they exist here in some form. It seems to me.
Also, common is not my first language, so I may have said something that may not be, what's the word, accurate.
I believe the term you're looking for is inculcate.
Sure. I definitely could not say that word.
What?
I definitely could not say that word again if I tried, but that word, sure.
No, you said close to the right word. You see that
Isolate.
Zulthar's very amused right now.
Apparently.
Isolate. The point is, do not summon things that are unnatural.
Oh,
Undead or demons. Or devils.
but what about my compromise? How do you stand on the compromise? If it's really big,
What if we all
absolutely
agree that
necessary.
it's okay?
Zulthar
If
just,
it's a situation where we all agree that it's okay, which is highly unlikely.
We'd have to talk about that because I don't know like how we're gonna take a vote. But yeah, I'll agree to that.
the first part of any deal is consent.
That's a different story, buddy.
No, it really isn't.
Anyway, Zulfar, what are you doing here?
I decided to follow you. I have nothing else to do in Weepingburg. Besides, you're supposed to help me get my place in the Nine Hells back, remember?
Yeah, we're working
So
on it.
wait a minute. You were following us. You're claiming you were bored.
Yes.
That sounds strange, but okay.
This isn't my city. I have no
I know
deals to
that.
do here. I have nothing else to do.
You made that clear, but I just don't know why. I don't know. I haven't met any other beings in my travels yet quite like you, but I thought there would be other things you might have been interested in.
I'm interested in keeping my position, and you
I
are my
know
best
that.
bet.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Zulfar, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think the party's gonna be cool with you hanging out with us. If I'm not allowed to summon demons, I don't think they're gonna let a devil just hang out.
Well, I'm not here to hang out, and he uses air quotes, as you say. I'm just here to kind of check on where you were, so that I can
Well,
keep a moderate eye on your progress.
we were in prison, and then we broke out, and I summoned a demon to make sure no one was following us. And we were chasing this guy.
What guy?
There was this guy, and then now we're on our way to where we think he is.
What guy? There was this guy.
Somewhere doing some things, and yeah.
And so we're heading west.
Okay.
East.
Well, the spy is west. That's
In the right direction, see? You're welcome.
all right. All right. I seems I got here at just the right time to have a strangely theological discussion with all of you.
Apparently.
Wait. Was I right in hearing that the lizard doesn't know what laws are?
Just we're working. on it.
Eyes two directions, blink, blink.
I did not know what the laws are here either.
No, not the laws locally. Laws in general.
Blink, blink.
Meanwhile, just shrugs.
Yeah, that's why you're not allowed to make deals with him. That's unfair.
It's,
Blink, blink.
You see this slight amount of deflation in Zulthar as at Miyamoto's reaction. He was kind of like, "Holy crap!" Well, enjoy
We will
your.
teach him. We will teach him.
Well, I'm definitely not making any agreements with either of you.
I would not agree with
Is that
anything
what a
you
law
say.
is? An agreement?
To an
Kind of.
extent, yes. Actually, that's a good understanding of some of it. Certainly, you came from some sort of tribe,
Yes.
and
Questioningly.
Question mark.
out of character, Zulthar's job is dealing with demons and mostly human societies. So,
Oh, right. So he doesn't know anything about lizards. What's
well, I'm sure there's some devils who've made deals with lizards at some point, but it's just not what he
Oh
does.
yeah, definitely.
The tribe has a certain expected behavior. Yes.
Ah, rules.
Yes. Laws.
I understand.
Laws are like rules. There we go.
And if you break them, you get eaten. Got it.
To varying of lesser
Usually
descent,
not.
yes, depending on some societies. Do not ask how I know that. But yes,
There is some kind of punishment, yes.
some people like it
Like
too.
some-
I understand.
She just glares at
This
him.
was one of those situations where he just didn't know the word.
Mhm.
He understood the concept, not the word.
I mean, as a second language, that makes totally sense.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I was going
Rules and their punishments, that is what laws are.
I understand. I just didn't know the word.
I barely do so.
You just hear like this
Yeah.
golf clap comes from Zulthar.
Does
Why
anyone
are you
speak
still here?
Draconic by chance?
I do.
Well, that would have saved a lot of trouble for me.
I do not speak it, no. I can speak 4 languages, and that is not one of them.
You're
Tread just to Zulthar is just like, I can speak much more eloquently in Draconic than I can in Common. My vocabulary in Common is extremely limited in its scope. He's just like using much bigger words.
Oh, he's speaking in Draconic now, and you hear Draconic come out from Zulthar and says, "Oh, this makes so much more sense." Yeah, it's very hard dealing with certain societies that don't have the same language.
Tread, what other languages do you speak? This will save so much time.
yeah.
Druidic.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. That won't save any time.
I'd have to get you to write it down for
I
him.
speak
and that
Orcish.
defeats the purpose.
Most of my people don't even know Common at all, let alone Druidic, let alone. Well, we can do Draconic, but that is our native language.
Okay.
What a nice sharing session this is.
Why are you still here?
I'm having a conversation, thank you.
Damn me, I'm more rude.
The devils, yes.
Oh, I
love it.
a character I like it
totally
because
get
it brings out the sass of Zulthar. I didn't realize how sassy he was. And this to give you
What do you think I'm doing?
this guy's probably the height of an average 14-year-old male talking back to Miyamura.
So he's
So, like, literally twice his size.
4.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute,
I
how
don't-
tall do you think 14-year-olds are?
I think
Hi.
Well, that depends on the 14-year-old.
they're generally about 5 foot, 5 foot or
5
taller.
feet? Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like it
Was
would
that
vary
weird?
Yeah,
quite a bit.
we've grown up around a lot of short people, Steven. A
Yeah.
lot of short people.
Some might even say we're still short.
I'm still short.
I'm very short.
Ty, how tall are you?
5, 6.5.
That's not. I mean, it's a little below average, but it's not short.
Average is 5'9" to 6 foot.
No,
I
he's
was
just
gonna
under.
say-
He's just under average.
Worldwide is like 5'8" or 9, I thought. So
Well, we're not talking about the world.
Well, I'm talking about in America, it's 5'9"
Oh.
to 6.
okay. Well, then
And that's just
I
the women.
basically yeah.
No.
Well,
Seems to
all
be
of-
the women around
all
here,
the women in our family are tall.
except
All
mom.
of them. Yeah, well,
How tall is your mom?
She's like 5'4".
2 or 3.
Okay, we got a bunch of different numbers right there. You pick one.
It's
Anyway,
Now then,
5'2".
it's only
like,
it's an inch shorter than me.
everybody else in the family, like cousins and everybody, is super tall.
Anyway, getting
Like,
back to
all of
Zulthar's sassiness.
Anyway, Zoltar, just meet up with us at the next city. We'll talk there. We'll see you there.
That sounds wonderful. And you have the feeling that the way he said it is extreme sarcasm is like it's not wonderful at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, right. Torture.
I have other things to attend to.
I
Good
knew it.
evening. And he kind of takes a step back and a little bit fades.
Good.
By the way, this all took place during that 30 minutes, and the bats have come back.
Excellent. What do they tell me?
So as you're standing there, they're hanging upside down underneath your arms and stuff, like they are your own vampire cloak.
Fantastic.
Bat noises.
And so you just see him kind of in this cloak of bats,
I am the night.
and he's just questioning them in these little squeaks and stuff. And they tell you that there was a two-legger that was moving at surprising speed to the northwest, moving northwest. And then there was a leather lady with the spikes on her back, kind of moving around to the west, kind of near the road.
Leather lady with spikes.
And
Can I tell what that means?
one of them kind of mimics like its winged membranes, kind of tries to put it so like it's sticking out of its back in like a kind of like a sun disk kind of shape, and just kind of describes her as being very, very leathery looking. And it kind of like indicates like the membrane between its fingers, but over the entire body.
Can I tell what that means?
This is gonna be interesting.
I was gonna say I think I could tell you what it means. My character
I-
wouldn't know jack about it.
For some reason, I'm blanking super hard right now.
Maybe Dragonborn.
The
That's kind of what I was.
the bat kind of makes a kind of like points at one of those. It's like the soft skins, but made from the hide.
Okay.
You get the sense that the bats can only go with what they've seen. They've not necessarily encountered this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some kind of humanoid that is beast-like.
It kind of gives like this little bat shrug. It's upside down though.
oh, that's cute.
You've been extremely helpful.
Now fly into my mouth.
You can't clap.
You get the honor of being up my left sleeve. The first you're the first one to go next time.
It kind of burrows into your sleeve. He kind of pokes his head out. And then the spell fades and they disappear.
And the sleeve is just like
Empty.
furs. Like it's fur sleeve, not just like a shirt sleeve. He doesn't wear normal
I forgot
clothes.
about that because he like
He doesn't wear
collects
clothes.
pelts.
I don't wear clothes. I just wear furs.
Yeah.
For real.
My description literally on my character sheet is imagine the fur armor from Skyrim.
Oh,
Okay, modded or unmodded? This
Unmodded.
is a very okay. Thank you. It's a very big difference.
and depending on the temperature, he uses different versions. Like they have like 4 or 5 different fur armors. When it's warmer out, he goes like the no shirt one, but cooler, he's like completely covered.
Okay.
No shirt
He's a
one, but
burrito.
cooler.
I love that no shirt one.
A
Yeah, you know the
shirtless
one I'm
lizard.
talking about.
I know what you're talking about. It was just like
Yeah.
no shirt.
The one the Argonians always have on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what now?
Yeah, he's just straight up an Argonian.
Pretty much.
Well,
Let's get moving, I guess.
There was one soft skin going the direction we were already headed, going very quickly.
Let's go that way then.
And also some nondescript, strange, humanoid, leathery person, female, going. What direction was it? Same direction?
No, it was just like it's west of here.
Okay, in the west.
okay, so the guy we were following is going northwest, and the strange lady is going just west generally.
No, not going west. Is west.
Oh, is west.
A little north of the road.
Okay.
Did they say how far?
You didn't ask distances, and it didn't know.
That's fair. They probably wouldn't know anyway.
How many flaps?
Yeah, but they're gone now.
How many wise?
How many flaps? Oh,
I wasn't counting, bitch. What the
Flaps
five
a bit.
and a half, maybe?
Bunches.
lots.
It's like I'm a bat. I can't count. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm a bet, not a count.
I hate you.
1. Two. War crimes.
That's not what it says.
What?
Okay. Okay. I think we have been
So now we know.
walking during all this,
Yeah.
right?
For the most part, except for when you were questioning the bats, you had that's kind of a hard thing to do when they're all hanging off of you.
Yeah.
That was like 5 minutes. So you're walking.
And they were the itty bitty cute bats, by the way.
Oh,
All bats are cute bats.
are we
That's
talking
true. But I'm talking the tiny cute bats.
like the little
Okay.
jagged ones that looks like they've kissed a bumper one too many times?
Sure.
Have you
Let's go with
seen?
So I know exactly what
You
you're
mean,
talking
are you
about.
talking about like what is it? A pig-nosed bat?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Their
cute.
nose pushed up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're cute in an ugly way, like
So
like an
funny.
ugly dog.
Like pugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Pugs in the bat world.
Or bulldogs. Yeah, that kind of.
Well, bulldogs are just handsome.
Also, apparently
I'm
called
not-
hog-nosed bats.
Oh, okay.
Wool, pig, hog.
That makes.
I know
sense.
exactly. So I'm like, same thing. Sorry. That's, yep, bat picture. Okay,
Well,
right.
really, it does depend on where you're from. If you're from the southeast, hogs and pigs are different things.
True.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Not to hog this.
is it nighttime?
God damn it.
Oh, shut up.
Is
the puns
getting.
are mine.
Also, I found a picture
Sorry,
for
I'm
size comparison.
I am a pundit here. Thank you.
You're a pundit. Pundit.
Yes.
Are you a thorn?
In your side.
All of my
yes.
work has been pun done.
No, that the thorn. It's it's apparently a weird B/P letter
Mm.
that makes like a TH or a CH sound.
What are you-
Looks like literally someone drew a line, and then just boop, right in the middle, just drew a little half circle in the middle.
What
Look up.
language are we speaking?
This is in English.
Hmm.
Oh.
It's
my.
apparently for like
Dictionaries?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, getting
Now
back on
then.
topic. It is getting dark. I'm assuming you guys are setting up camp for the night.
Yep.
Okay. Takes you amount of time that it takes to set up camp. Fire or no fire?
I mean, is it warm?
Did we determine it was getting into summer? I think we did.
I thought so. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's this very distinct thing that is always the opposite of what actual season we're in.
All right. So how about this? Let's start without a fire, but if it gets too cold, I'll make one.
Things like fire.
For
So do
me,
I.
for me, none of this is ever too cold. In the winter, I don't think this would be too cold.
I have enough furs that the cold is never a problem.
Yes, we know. Yes, indeed. Okay, so I'll be taking watch, and the rest of you can do whatever you'd rather do.
Okay.
Unless you want to stay on watch with me, that's entirely up to your whatever you'd rather.
Fred takes his giant bear pelt and burritos.
That's so fun.
He even kind of looks like this very tubular bear on the ground.
The head's still attached.
Is the head
Like
still
a
attached?
bearskin rug,
Yes, the head's still attached.
like the bearskin rugs from Tom and Jerry.
I'm sorry, I've been slightly distracted. I found baby pig hot
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Are they as cute as they sound?
Okay, right.
Are they as cute as they sound?
I think so.
Possibly.
It is also called a bumblebee bat, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Okay, so we know what Tread's doing.
Mhm.
What is everyone else doing? Brock, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Brent?
Are you near the communication device? He's muted.
Still muted. Aw.
He's dropping a big old dookie.
No, he would be off mute for that.
He keeps the phone on when he does that.
Yeah, it'd be rude to turn it off, you know?
I meant in character.
Oh, I did not know. Okay. For all I know, he's probably either taking a shower, taking a bath, taking a piss. All these things
Taking
are
a nap.
Sorry, what? No, I'm not taking a piss or in the shower or the bath.
Or nap.
No, I'm sitting at the table drinking a beer and spacing out.
Okay, the most normal sounding thing. Okay, what are you what are you doing for the what's it called? For the night as you get ready for bed.
I imagine I'll sharpen my axe some till I go to bed, and then take a watch.
We don't really have to do watches. Ty doesn't have to
I
sleep.
mean,
Ever. Again.
oh, true. Yeah, then I'll just sleep
Okay.
on the dirt somewhere.
The buzzsaw of Brock's snoring begins almost immediately after the sound of him grinding on his axe ends.
First we hear
I-
sharpening, and then we hear snoozling.
I just imagine shing, shing.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Okay.
I do not know how I slept through that.
For what?
It seems like he only snores when it's not a comfortable bed.
He
So
has
how
back
convenient.
problems.
How convenient.
It's the positioning of his neck and chin. Can't help it.
He is very contorted for whatever reason because he just like flopped to the side, sharpening stone still in hand.
I feel like we should be concerned about how he felt just now. He just passed out, and everyone's just like, ah, fuck it. He's breathing.
He's breathing.
Narcoleptic,
Uh,
unless he is.
I would assist, but I'm already wrapped up, so.
Maybe I
He's
could like
fine.
use Mage Hand to put the sharpening stone back in his hand.
why did I think you were gonna say put it into his mouth?
No, I don't want to suffocate him.
He's got nostrils.
Are they
What if he
plugged up?
swallows it?
It's just the.
If he if he actually did just slump over, I'm just gonna like make him lay down gently. There you go. You can be kind of comfy.
His snoring lessens when he's lying
There you
down
go.
fully.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think.
The way I
The whole time watching this, Tread's eyes are the only things that move, and then he just shuts his eyes.
see, I was imagining, you know how they have that one picture of the dog wrapped up in a towel. It says apparently there's a seal on the loose. That's how I imagine Tread like in his bearskin rug.
That's adorable.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I'll probably sit up for a couple hours with a tie and then off to sleep.
Okay. So for those of you on watch, you can roll me some perception checks.
10.
Yeah, the blinking lights are still there, but they're farther to the east than they were before. It's night.
Man, it sure is dark.
The stars are nice. Damn, that's a lot of snoring.
Tread looks like a burrito.
I feel like that's what it is.
Are burritos canon in the world? Is that a thing now?
They are in my culture.
I would say that they probably have something similar to burrito in Olton. I just feel like every
Is
Lundgren.
that Mexico / Middle East? Is that it?
It might be, but it also has a place that has a very French accent in it. It's weird.
It's whatever I want it to be, damn it.
There's actually a lot more to Olton. Anyway, I feel like low perception Lundgren is just stoner thoughts.
Thanks.
Hey, they're really insightful.
Debatable.
As long as I don't pour something poison on the fire I didn't make, we're fine.
Lundgren just starts tending to a fire that's not there. You're a little worried about him.
You know what? I've been with this guy for a while. I'm probably not surprised.
Ouch. That hurts.
Let's be honest here.
I mean, you only rest now when you read your book and you don't sleep. That has to take a toll on you somehow.
But it doesn't say that that's an issue because I can gain the benefit.
Just because you don't need it doesn't mean it doesn't help.
Okay.
Well, I mean, at the same time, like, has anyone seen the picture about the effects of magical healing?
No.
No, I must have missed that.
I'm
Not
not familiar.
familiar.
It was like this long post about
What is Mia Moira doing? Well,
magical healing.
well, he's looking for that.
Mainly she went to bed. I kind of want her to stay up for watch at some point,
Okay.
but
And curse your luck for falling in with a bunch of demon lovers.
yeah.
Said who?
Says her.
A bunch of demon lovers might be a bit of a blanket statement as far as that goes. Hmm?
Well, I've
Love
been.
me some demon.
Let's put it this way: I've been the guy in the situation where something seems really normal to me, but everyone else is appalled. Pretty much that's me and Moira, but in the opposite way. With everyone's okay with the situation, it's like there is a demon in the group talking to us.
You know, she's not happy about this. Is contemplating who's the actual bad guy here.
I should never have left Ignis.
What?
She's from a place called Yignis.
Oh, okay.
Not that you would know.
No,
That
you're not.
depends on what region she's from.
Not here.
Okay.
The,
well,
yeah,
neither
where
am
she is
I, as
from
far as
is not on the map.
Oh,
I
okay,
have. I'm
never
working
mind.
on a map for it to give me and Moira a sense of what it is. It's that way.
It's hold on. I didn't quite see that. What way?
That way. And who has drug this random person disc thing on here?
It could have not me. I don't think that was me. I accidentally almost drew a box though.
This says it's your token.
Mine? What? Oh, that was probably I did that.
That was that was you.
Oh, I did that by mistake. Okay.
Did you do that? No, I didn't do that. Oh yeah, I did
No, I
that.
meant to click my character sheet to roll perception, but it must have dragged the little head and shoulders onto the board by accident.
Okay. So the night passes for the most part. Miyamura gets up for a watch and keeps lingering company as he's just sitting there reading,
Yeah.
tending an invisible fire.
Ouch.
Tread will probably also wake up pretty early since he went to bed early.
Okay.
Was that early?
Yeah. It's like the second one asleep. His people don't sleep a whole lot.
Oh, okay.
Or they sleep all the time.
Through one part of the night, though, each of you either has a dream or think you hear the rattling of bones against each other, like pass through your little campsite.
Then in that case, guess what me and Moira's gonna do when she wakes up for her
Eyes of
for
the
watch?
grave. Lol.
Eyes of the fucking grave.
There's like, like a footprint. There's like a super, super vague undead presence.
Just around us.
Just like there's a definite trail through it. Like it's like the faint smell of popcorn.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like it's there, but I don't know where it is or where it's
Like-
coming from.
It's like somebody walked by and farted and it's still kind of lingering.
Okay.
It's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah. it
When,
is.
since I'm also up early, I'd like to try to do a ritual commune with nature.
Okay. Still in your bear suit. You begin.
No, I gotta slide out of it just to move because my arms are like trapped next to me when I'm in it.
Okay. Fred leaks out of
It's
his
like
bear suit.
It's a tight burrito.
So kill Tread while he's in the burrito. That's how you do it.
That's probably your best chance.
You begin the ritual casting of commune with nature. A couple pinches of your special herbs and spices.
Yes, I'm going to copy paste the information because there's a lot there. Boop.
Is this a thing that's on your sheet?
It's a spell.
Then click
I
on the
just
spell.
copy pasted it. I don't have it on Roll20 right
It's-
now.
Some of the spells are
I'm
in
copying it from. It
I'm
would
saying
take
you
forever
can-
to try to put all my spells in Roll20.
Okay.
Okay.
Which of these things do you want to know?
Powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead.
So all of them.
If I have to pick, obviously undead, since we now know something undead.
as you
Communion
know,
with nature is in here.
you instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. Trains and bodies of
Oh.
water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fae, elementals, or undead. Influences from other planes of existence and buildings. I say each one of those groupings is one of the things, one general knowledge of your 3 things.
Okay.
Uh,
So I'm going to start with the powerful entities.
there is a very powerful presence just stretching throughout all of Gandivos. It's very old magic. Not as old as the magic of Northspire, but there is an undead influence, a heavy one, and it digs deep into the underground. And you know that there have been tales of undead guardians wandering the lands. Not necessarily in this specific area, but just in general. It's very much they're very present here, shall we say.
It's a ritual? What level is that?
Okay. It is a 5th level.
Darn it.
But did you see? Sorry, do you can you drag your spells onto your character sheet, like from the compendium?
You
'Cause that's
should
what
be
I
able,
did.
you should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Communion with
I-
Nature was in there, so you just drag it over and then
Okay.
click it, and it shows it.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
aware.
All right. 2 things.
I've just been putting them in by hand the whole time. Um, anyway, the next thing will be prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples.
Okay. 3 mile area. There's predominantly lots of grass-based plants, several various types of normal Sarandian trees. Um, there's stuff like iron, gold, mostly crafting metals in certain parts of the earth. Um, there are general like forest fauna, like deer, not necessarily anything analogous to a moose. Some pigs and wild boar, in addition to cows of a type.
Jeez.
Not necessarily located in this 3 mile area, but you get a general knowledge of the denizens of Gant Evos. I have not come up with a name for them yet. Gantivites.
Gantivians. I was gonna say Evians. Gantivians.
Actually came up with like names for the local languages, because it's just common and there's the different branches of it, but I forgot what it was. I think it was like Evase, something like that. Anyway, you know that for the most part, Gant Evos has been rather solid in its peopling structure. There are some orcs, and there are also not as many things like halflings around, but there are goblins, some dark dwarves, and dark elves in certain areas. Elves really don't come here, and that there is a decent amount of humans.
I think for the last one, I'm going to do influences from other planes of existence.
There are heavy influences, specifically from places like the Nine Hells, the Feywild, and the Shadowfell in Gandivos.
Oh, fantastic. Well, there's a permeating undead presence in all of this area. There is also influence from multiple planes, the hells, the shed. I don't know the common word. Shadowfell, maybe.
The Fado shell.
Shadow Fallen. That's the one.
And what about the
Um,
Feywild?
Yes, some Fae as well.
There's
That's
also
what I thought.
surprisingly heavy celestial influence as well.
There is a lot of celestial too, which is a little odd with all the nine hells influence.
Unless they found a super common enemy and they all want to fight.
Or it could be a war going on.
Yeah.
Or several. And also there's a wide variety of people that live around here. Most of them soft skins. In fact, I think they're all different kinds of soft skins.
I like that word for some reason or other. Tread's description of stuff is pretty cool.
They're the big green soft skins. They're the little green soft skins.
Any big blue soft skin?
Not that I noticed. No, my spell is only good within a few miles.
You do get the general understanding that there are some Goliath as well.
There are some big gray soft skins.
Probably Goliath.
Not the blue though.
Oh, they are Goliath where I am from too.
That's the one.
Okay.
Someone else that can
So
possibly
yes,
speak
there is
giant.
undead. There is undead things around here.
That I know. I think they passed by in the middle of the night. Possibly?
Hard to say. Do I see any evidence? Like tracks or anything?
Make me a survival check.
Yep.
There's a faint hint of some very light travel. It seems to snake its way through the camp.
Something definitely made its way through. There's not much evidence, but there is something.
Did either of you see anything? She looks to Lundgren and Frederick.
Yeah, weren't you staying
The
up
star.
keeping watch?
Yes, I only saw the stars.
I would have
They were
slept after
beautiful.
about an hour.
So, unfortunately, somehow I mentally thought to myself, what if I screw up my perception check? And here we are.
What's a perception check?
If I'm the only one who's up to see anything because I'm the only one who doesn't need to sleep and I fail to see something, that can be quite difficult.
As he slowly slips into madness.
Wait a minute. Said who?
Well, think of it. The conscious mind requires that we be unconscious for some time for it to process things. You're literally going against nature in regards to how much you are staying up.
Okay.
While you don't need it to survive, it is good for your sanity to still sleep.
Okay, next watch, I'm sleeping and somebody else is taking that.
We got
I
you.
will take at least one watch.
Excellent.
I mean, I think it's like 72 hours is when the hallucinations start. I think he's
Yeah.
been up for
Ooh.
about 72 hours.
It's I thought the brain had it's super close to LSD.
Oh no, I think it's
If you stay up.
if you stay up for like a week, it's when you start to literally die and see and hear things that aren't actually there.
Okay.
The
Hey,
Russian,
Tread, when did your scales turn blue?
by the way, the Russian sleep study is a terrifying story. You should definitely check it out.
But it's also like my favorite. Fucking love that story.
Gonna
Okay.
add that to my Google searches real quick.
It's a creepypasta, so you probably find it there.
Yeah, but utterly
It's
believable.
It's even better when if you listen to it on YouTube.
I am going to look it up later. I just wanted to add it to my Google searches so I can check it later.
Okay.
I
Uh,
thought you were going to say something like it's a lot cooler if you listen to it like in the dark or something.
while you're saying it for 72 hours.
I mean, you can do
Yeah.
that too, but
I believe we've run out of steam. This might be a good place to stop, or would you like to continue
Yes.
going?
I'd
I
like to
think this is
stop.
okay.
Yeah.
This feels like a good
Where-
place.
Where exactly are we on the map?
Dead.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I mean, I knew we weren't dead.
No.
We've just been kind of tracking that one dude, right? And
Yeah.
You've just been kind of following a
and the,
road.
and the leathery chick, and then we discovered that there were some Goliaths nearby and possibly some undead.
No, Goliaths
Yeah.
are native here, to an extent. I've extended the
Goliaths
commune
and
with.
orcs and goblins. Oh my!
I've extended the reach of it from beyond the just 300 feet and like the 3 miles, but it kind of gives, since the Gantivos is rather homogeneous in nature, it's like it kind of flows in and out of it with the communion with nature. Well, I'm sorry. Who's what?
That's got to be Nick.
Sorry.
You should knock it off.
Sorry,
dude.
I'm very. I was completely being absent-minded.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, with that, we'll round out tonight's session, and we'll find out what happens next time on the Gamer's Tale. It's cute, cool music plays, the lights go down. We'll catch you next week.